Good morning, happy Monday, October 7th. It is a dark and gloomy looking day outside. So I wonder if we're going to have rain. The high today is 70 degrees. So I'm wearing long sleeves today and long pants because I don't want to freeze. So right now it's like between 45 and 50 out, which feels like fall. And it is dreary and gloomy looking like fall, unfortunately. Hopefully the sun will come out a little bit later and brighten things up a little. It is Monster Week in my classroom, and my lovely husband, after we went to his mother's birthday dinner in the town where I work, I said, would you mind stopping by my classroom and help me put up the doors for monsters? And he goes, okay. So this year, the doors are hanging from the ceiling. Yes, they are. And they're just bulletin board paper doors that my daughter made for me last year. So we're going to be doing something monstery every day this week. We have a comprehension breakout that will be hitting all of our first quarter standards for ELA. And also, toward the end of the week, after we finish our Go Math 2 chapters, we'll be using the place value monsters thing as a review before we take our report card assessment. So it's going to be great. So all of these things we're doing this week are review for all of our first quarter skills. So I think the kids are going to be super excited. I do need to make a cover for my door, which just consists of getting the dark blue bulletin board paper and putting it on the front of my door and then cutting out my Monsters Inc. logo and slapping it on there. That's it. And I have a few little like poster things to put around the room. I have some of the characters that I printed off just from pictures off Pinterest. And I made a sign that said, this many days accident free, so I can post them around. But other than that, that's all I need to do. It's gonna be super awesome. I took my lock boxes home from my classroom yesterday after we stopped by, and I filled them with all of the activities, and I checked and made sure that each lock was in the right envelope so the kids won't be frustrated. And you know what's funny? This is so weird. I didn't even plan it this way, it just worked out like that. So the doors are different colors on the little envelopes that they go to see if they got the right code. If they solved the activity right and got the right code, then they would go to the envelope that has the key in it. If they don't get the right code, it won't have a key in it. The key colors are the same colors as the doors on the envelopes. I did not even do it on purpose. It's so weird. And I even switched them around from last year. Like I moved which ones went with which thing without even looking at stuff. So that is so crazy. Like every single one matches the door. It's so weird. I wonder if the kids will notice. I'm going to see if they notice. So we're probably going to do like one of the comprehension breakouts a day, each day of the week, because there are 5. And the very last one is the prize box. So the kids will get some little treats. I have a lot of stuff to bring in. I have my normal box that I'm going to put on my little cart. And I have my lunch box, which I normally bring. And then I have a garbage bag that has all of my lock boxes with the activities in them. And I can just sling that over my shoulder like Santa's gift bag. And then I have like a little Walmart bag that has some papers in it that I need to bring. And my jacket, I think it'll be fine. I don't have that far to walk to the building. So I'm about ready to go over the bumpy bridge. So I'm going to say goodbye for now because it's looking really foggy and gross. I'm going to concentrate. And I will catch you back in the classroom. Good morning, I'm in my classroom and I wanted to give you a brief overview of what it looks like. So here it is. Welcome to Monsters Inc. Okay, as you can see, I have doors everywhere. I'm getting ready for Monsters Inc. all week. I got these Flamin' Hot Cheetos for my buddy teacher because she loves spicy stuff. And I saw these at the store and went, oh yeah, I'm getting that for her because I think she needs that. These are for my Scream canisters. It goes like that, actually. And I have the Pringles cans in here. And I did make them last year, but I don't like the way they look as well. So I'm going to cover them up with these other ones. I've got my lock boxes right here in my bag. And my envelopes. I'll show you those real fast. With the codes on them. And the ones that are right have keys in them. If it's not right, it doesn't have a key. And I'm just going to get one box out a day because that's all they're going to have time to do. They'll only have about half an hour each day because it'll be during our reading time, our whole group reading time, which is when we would be doing review anyway, so it's perfect. Okay, and that way they don't go too fast. But I have enough activities for each group to have their own set of whatever we're doing. And that way they don't have to share, which that would be really hard with 20 kids. So I think my student that's been gone for 2 weeks is supposed to be back today. We'll see. There was damage to their house from a water heater flooding the floor, and they had to leave the house so that they could repair the house. So hopefully they're back today. Maybe. Haven't heard anything, so we'll see if they show up today. Here are all of the lock boxes. Good afternoon, happy lunchtime. So my hair looks a little weird because I've been wearing one of the Monsters Inc. helmets. So I'll show you that. Here, I'll just take this one. I have extra ones because I don't have as big a class this year. So a few extras. So all the kids got to wear these today. I'm gonna get a picture for the family so they can see them. So this is really cool. And then they have been doing an awesome job. So I thought, oh, we'll just have time to do one lockbox. Oh, no. They've worked their way through like 3. So we've done, the first activity was sequencing the story. And they had to connect the dots with the story parts. And once they connected them, their lines went through letters, which made a code. Then the next thing they did was character traits of the monster. So to match the monster to the character trait, that gave them their number code. Then here's the third activity that we're on right now. Wait, no, there was another one before that one. Sorry, they're on their 4th activity. They're about ready for the prize box. I need to get to the store. The 4th thing was inferencing. Let me get the little cards out for that. There's a code they have to crack for that, but they have to answer the 4 questions from the story first. And whatever the answer is, that's the little code symbol. So I've given them dry erase markers. You can see here I've given them dry erase markers to write things for everything because everything's laminated. So they answer the question. Each kid gets a card and they get to be in charge of that card. So they circle whichever the word is for the answer, and then they circle that symbol and they make their code from this, and then they go to the envelopes over here. Out there. Some of them are distractor codes, which means they don't have anything in them. So after they got that one, then they started on this one, which is context clues. So they have to figure out which vocabulary word fits in which sentence. And then they have to unscramble that word. So that may take a little longer tomorrow, which is okay because we have fire safety stuff tomorrow too. So that's gonna be good. I'm just gonna leave that there because someone will deal with it right now. So yeah, this is my table right now. It's not too bad. I need to put the activities back where they go, but that's all right. Not a big deal. And I read the story that goes with this. I need my monster. And then I also played on YouTube the storyline online version that's read by Rita Moreno. And that was really good because I wanted them to be sure they knew the story because they were going to have to sequence it and know about the characters. So they needed to hear the descriptions of the characters. And they also needed to just hear it again so they could get it in their minds better. We got stuff everywhere. Okay. Let me move my stuff around here. Okay, so tomorrow they'll finish the context clues, which that one, like I said, will take a little longer. I have my breakout groups all together here. That always makes it easier for me. So I can go, well, you're in this group, you're in this group. And then I had one student that wasn't here today. So hopefully they'll be here tomorrow and they can do it. But they are loving it. They're loving it so much. And like I said, they're getting done faster than I thought they would. But that's good because it's going to work out fine. Tomorrow we may not even get to do much of it because of our extra stuff. And today, because it took so long to explain everything, and all that. We didn't get all of our math lesson done, so I just told them to put their books away and we would do it tomorrow. So I'll be doing the rest of today's lesson and tomorrow's lesson tomorrow, because both of them are on comparing numbers. So really today was kind of a review anyway, like which number's bigger, and then they're using the symbols tomorrow, so it's not going to be a big deal to do both of them. I'll just split them up a little bit. So that's good. I need to send my Scholastic order in so we can get going. Probably during late buses today, I will put these guys on my screen canisters and get the little cards put in them so they can have those ready for the end of the week. I'm trying to figure out what I want for lunch. Whatever's in my freezer is what I will have. All right, I'm gonna eat my lunch and let my tongue rest a little bit because apparently it needs it, and I'll chat with you later. All right, I am in the elevator heading down to my car, so I will check back in with you when I get there and let you know how the day went. It was really good. Good afternoon. I am headed to Target because my little smarty pants kids whipped through the majority of the lockbox challenges in one day, and I was planning for them to take a little longer on those, but no, they are killing it. So I'm gonna go get some treats for that last box because I think they're gonna be unlocking it tomorrow. I'm gonna take a little cue from Miss Corey Markison, True Tales of a Teacher, and get monster tentacles, which I'm assuming are probably like gummy worms. So I think I'm gonna get those, and probably some monster cereals. I always do monster mix in October. It's Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Blueberry just mixed together, and I can just bag them up and put them in the box. Or maybe I'll save that for Friday, and that'll be our special snack for Friday. Because I think they would really like monster tentacles, and I might find some other things. Like maybe I could do the monster eyeballs. That's the bubble gum that I got from Dollar Tree. That would be a nice little treat too. Those little smarty pants, they need their treat. So I'm gonna go get something. So I'm not caught unawares. I'll be like, oh, sorry, surprise, there's nothing in there. What a bummer that would be. So that's the only place I'm gonna go though. And then home. And then we ordered pizza last night and didn't really eat it. So I'll just have that for lunch. Supper tonight instead of cooking. And then tomorrow I will make the pork carnitas tacos. And the next day probably we'll do the chicken thing, which I don't even know what it is. It's the other HelloFresh meal that I have. So I'll just show you when I make it. I don't know what it was. It looked good, whatever it was. Yummy. Never been disappointed in a HelloFresh meal, I have to say. So, yeah. Caitlin started joking they're Hello Not Fresh meals because I would let them sit there too long sometimes. And sometimes the produce had to go in the round file, so that's a bummer. But such is life sometimes. I hate throwing food away though. It's such a waste. You might as well just take your money and just throw it in the trash can because that's what you're doing. Anyway, today was really good. The kids were super duper excited when they came in and saw the doors hanging. They're like, what are the doors for? What are the doors for? I probably heard that 47 times today. It all will be revealed after art today. And they were like, huh? I said, I'll let you know later. I was trying to be all like cryptic and stuff. And they were just like, what? Like, you people. That's okay. Some of them got it. Some of them were like, what? I'm like, I'll tell you later. They're like, okay. Anyway, so they were super excited. They're like, can you just give us a hint? I said, you'll really like it. Is that a good hint? And they're like, no. I'm like, that's okay. You can be imagining what it might be when you come back. So by the time they came back, I had made the door cover that had the Monsters, Inc. thing on it. And some of them were like, oh, Monsters, Inc. I'm like, yeah. So they're like, yay. I said, this is the scare floor, and you are all scare trainees. And they're like, oh! They were super excited. They loved wearing their little helmets. They loved having their little name badges. Like, do we get to keep these? I said, yeah, you get to keep the name badges after your training's over on Friday. Yes, indeed, you do. So they were super, super excited about that. So cool. So my assistant principal popped in and kind of just observed a little bit. I was in the middle of reading I Need My Monster when he popped in. So I didn't get to see any of the BreakOut stuff, but maybe tomorrow. And I invited invited my instructional coach, but she had a meeting, so she didn't get to come. But I invited her to come tomorrow after the fire truck smokehouse thing. So I kind of pushed it back until a little later because we would definitely be back at that time. And I want to read the story again. I'll just have another version of it, like the same story, but someone else reading it. I read it once. I did the storyline online version with Rita Moreno reading it. And then I'll have, I think Lily Tomlin also has a version that she reads. So I'll have her do that one to remind them of some of the things. And then they'll get to do their, I think their last box, their last breakout box. Because there are only 4 activities, I think. Well, there are 5 activities, but you have to do one of them to get to one of the boxes. So they started with one that was just not in a box, and then they had to solve that one to get to the first box. And they worked through, they're on box number 4 right now. Yeah. And this box, no, this activity, hello, will lead them to the last box, which will be the monster tentacles. This is the perfect time to do monster things because there's all kinds of spooky stuff at the store you can get to put in the little treasures. So that would be good. I was watching Corey's highlights of Monsters Inc. that she did last year. I didn't realize she did that for Rock Your School. It didn't even dawn on me what that was because I didn't even know what that was last year. I had no clue. I was such a newbie. I had no idea. Now I'm just all in. But Chelsea McGowan, her like partner in crime, she's like, I forgot to get treats for them, so I just did lunch in the classroom. And I was like, oh, my kids would love that too. So that would have been a great surprise too. But yeah, I'm just going to do some little treat thing because I already have my lunch bunch starting on Wednesday, and that'll be lunch in the classroom. And so I'm not sure I want to do 2 in 1 week. They worked really hard today. Like they struggled through some of those challenges, and I was proud of them. They didn't give up. They're like, we need help. I said, okay, I want you to try. Let me give you a clue, and then you try to figure it out. So they had trouble with the first one, the sequencing one, because some of them have trouble reading the clues. So I read the clues just in random order, and I said, okay, which one came first? And then I got them started on it and helped them figure out how to draw the lines from the points. And they're like, oh, this is cool. I'm like, yeah, totally. So it was good. It was really good. And the more times they do these, the easier they'll get. So this is their second one already. Like last year, I had started with this one. And so my friends had no idea. But as soon as I put the lock boxes out, like they were out when they came back from art, they were like, lock boxes, yes! Because they loved the Rock Your School place value lockbox activity. So they were so excited for this one too. And these were different. They were color coded. So that made it even more interesting. The next one I do, I think, will be probably the Amy Lemons freebie that she put on her website that I hope you found, because you clicked on the link that I gave you in my last video. Hopefully, maybe. And it's got the hasp lock that has the multi-lock things on it that you can put, I think you can put 8 locks on that. I'm doing 6 on there. That is what her breakout thing is. It's for 6 locks. And so that's what my next thing is going to be for addition and subtraction word problems, which are Halloween themed. I just changed to the ones that she had. I just put like a text box over the word problem that she had and just changed it to something else. I am just going all over the parking lot like a crazy person right now, hoping I can find a better spot. Maybe that's a spot. Oh, 3rd spot from the door, baby. Yeah, I love it. Okay, yes, this is a good spot. All right, so I'm gonna go into Target, see what I can see. Maybe I'll show you some things and choke myself and come back out. All right, I am on the road. I got myself a Coke because that just sounded good today. I drank all of my water today, like really fast, so I probably should have filled my bottle up again, but I just didn't have a chance. I never ate lunch today, now that I think about it. Never ate lunch, yep. So, I'll have a good dinner. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna head home, do all the things, get everything ready for tomorrow, and do this all over again tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Good morning, happy Tuesday, October 8th. Today is the first day of our fire safety, fire prevention activities. So we get to go see the smokehouse and the fire truck and the ambulance. and talk to the firemen outside and see all the cool equipment. That will be around 11 today. I will have power hour. We're working on addition and subtraction word problems using the cubes strategy. And if you're not familiar with that, it is a process for the students to go through to determine how to solve a word problem, no matter how complex it is. So the C stands for circle the numbers, U stands for underline the question, B stands for box in any keywords or any math action words, E is evaluate the problem, so they figure out what they need to do to solve it, and S is to solve the problem. So we teach them in first grade actually how to do that, and then maybe even kindergarten. It is another brisk fall day here in central Missouri, and it feels really nice. I love fall weather. It's just crisp, and the trees haven't really started to turn quite yet, but they will soon. It should be really pretty very soon. For math today, we will be working on comparing numbers and using the symbols greater than, less than, and equal to. I think I will be working on the last 2 lessons because I'm going to take a little extra time today in math since I wasn't able to finish my lesson yesterday. We'll go over the rest of yesterday's lesson and then go into today's lesson, and then probably tomorrow I'll review both of them. And then we'll be doing our place value review for our report card assessments at the end of the week. And that'll be our Monsters, Inc. Awesome Place Value Review, where they go through different activities to practice different parts of the place value chapters. That will be really cool. I do have some goodies to put in my last lockbox for the comprehension breakout for the students today, because they will just be finishing their last challenge, which is the most tricky one, I think. Context clues using vocabulary words. So we may end up doing a little bit of that together on the board so they can kind of get the gist of how to do it, because it is a little more difficult than some of the other ones. So that is what we're planning for this morning. Also, iReady Math. And while we're doing iReady Math, I'm going to pull one student that I half tested yesterday for Fontes and Pinnell, and I would test her the rest of the way. She just needed to read a couple more pages in the book, and then I need to ask her comprehension questions. And then it'll be time for our fire safety things. Then after that, we'll come back and I will test another student if there's time. If not, we'll go right into our reading time, which is the comprehension breakout, to practice for our report card testing. And after that is lunch, and then I'll catch you back up after lunchtime and let you know what's going on after that. So it's about 7:15, and I'm partway to school already. And I don't have a ton of stuff to bring in. I do have my little treats. So I think I mentioned yesterday that I got monster tentacles, which are the sour gummy worm things. They have like the sugar on the outside. And I got some Reese's peanut butter cup eyeballs because I thought those sound monstery. So I'll put those in there so they'll have a little treat this morning. In my trunk, I have the monster cereals, and I also have Reese's Bats, and I have Captain Crunch Halloween Spooky cereal. So those will be little treats to have for the remainder of October. So I will catch you at school and let you know how things are going.
Here are the treats for the kids.
Hello, happy lunchtime. I just got my kids taken to lunch, checked my box, got some dismissal notes delivered to other classrooms. We did not have time to do our lockbox activity because our smokehouse fire truck ambulance visit took a little longer. That's okay. I had just enough time to give a whole class restroom break for lunch. We came back and we watched an animated version of I Need My Monster, which was really cool. So they got another telling of the story that will help them with this context clues activity, which they will do tomorrow. And I had enough time to project that on the screen and show them how to do it. So we did the first one together. So they know the first word is menacing. So they just have the other 4 words to figure out where they fit. So that's awesome. And instead of leaving a key in the envelope, I put a note that says, go see Mrs. Bond, because I want to check their work, because I had some trying to take a shortcut yesterday and not do the work and just look for random keys. So we're not going to do that. That defeats the entire purpose of the whole thing. Man, you're getting some really bad sun glare there. So let me move these envelopes real fast. I have some random blocks that did not get put away. So let me put them away. These are from Target. Oh, we got a little disaster in the cubby area, but the kids will clean that up later. So we had really good visits. Wow, lots of glare. With the firefighters telling us all kinds of great safety things, showing us the different things on the ambulance. That was really cool. My crazy CD player is not wanting to read this disc for whatever reason, so I'm just going to turn it off. We might just have to switch out. But we did iReady Math today. We did lesson 11 in our chapter 2. We'll do lesson 12 tomorrow. There just was not time to do the other lesson today. That is okay. I'd rather go slower. Let me fix that glare. That's better. Okay. As I was poking around Instagram last night, I found Fear Factor for 2nd grade and 3rd grade. And really any grade. So it's by Cooties and Cuties. And if you're interested, I will link the product below. It's on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's not very expensive. It's like $4 or $5. And she has everything. She has the signs. She has how she set it up in her classroom. You can go on her Instagram page and look up pictures of things that she did. It's just gonna be really fun. I shared that information with my teamies in 2nd grade. Everybody's like, ooh, because the week of Halloween, we have a 3-day week, which is also parent-teacher conference week. So that Monday is costume day for Halloween. The Tuesday is a normal full day. The Wednesday is a half day. We have conferences Tuesday and then a half day Wednesday. And then kids don't have school on Thursday or Friday. So no school on Halloween for them and no school on Friday for everyone. And when teachers have PD on Halloween. So, you know, they're going to have Halloween on the brain. They're going to be coming in with costumes on Monday. I thought Tuesday would be a good day to do this. And then I think Wednesday, we're going to be doing our 2nd grade AR reward in the outdoor classroom probably. So that'll make for a fun little short week because our report card things will be over. The 1st quarter will be over. We'll be starting new things. We might as well just start fresh. I have some little inflatable monsters coming from Amazon today. So I'm gonna blow those up and put them in the classroom probably on Thursday to go with our math review because I think that'll be fun. And I totally forgot to play the monsters music yesterday when they were working on the breakout, but it's just as well because it got a little loud and chaotic. I think when they're doing their math review, it's not gonna be as loud and chaotic because they work individually at their own pace. They don't work in groups on that one, some of it. So like the first day, they're gonna be doing their little scare booklet and that's just individual. So yeah, I think that'll be good. So I'll play the monsters music for that and we'll have the inflatable monsters. They're just so cute. And I'll link those below for you too so you can get them if you want them. They're not super expensive. I think they're like $15 for 3 of them. And they're like 24 inches, so that's pretty good size. So I'll show you those when I get them. Hopefully they'll be on my porch when I get home so I can just show them to you when I get home today. Otherwise, I'll show you when I inflate them. I did not get any reading testing done this morning because of the smokehouse fire truck ambulance visit, but that's okay. What are we doing for this afternoon? I already forgot. Oh, we're talking about how to become a Halloween safety expert. So there's an ebook that I think is in the Rooted in Reading resource for this week for I Need My Monster. Yeah, so I'll read that book with them, and then they have like a little safety tips book, like tip 1, 2, 3, and 4 that they can put in their reading response notebooks, which we haven't done anything with our reading response notebooks yet, but we will since they've already got most of their breakouts done. Holy cow, they've been so fast at them. It's exciting. So that's the rest of the day. And then I have my reading intervention group where we're working on consonant blends at the end of words and then double consonants at the end of words. So pretty cool. And that's gonna be the end of my day. And then I have late buses and we're gonna watch a Halloween movie. And then it'll be time to go. And I think I'm gonna swing by the grocery store and get my poor husband some milk and cereal because the poor guy's out of everything. So I told him I would swing by the grocery store because now our grocery store is finally open after having the awful tornado come through in May. They have finally fixed the store and they opened like September 27th. That's how long it took them to fix it. It took from May like 20th or something until September 27th for them to get the store ready to open. So I will swing by there. I drive right past there on the way home. Swing in there and grab that. I might grab some fruit or something too and go home and just relax. And I need to work on my pumpkin festival basket. We have a pumpkin festival at our school to raise money for PTA and they do stuff for our school with that money. And each class creates a basket of things. And so I'm gonna do a mad science basket, but I need to come up with a list of things that we need so parents can send things in. And then I need to find a cool, funky looking basket to put it all in, like a creepy one. So that will be awesome. So, and then people bid on them at an auction. There's a silent auction. All right, I'm gonna slurp down some lunch in my 2 seconds that I have left because I was running around doing stuff, but that's okay. And get back to work. Talk to you later. Good afternoon. I'm on my way home. Just gonna run by the grocery store on the way and then go home and feed the cats. And I need to do a few things for school. I need to make a letter or a note to send to my families asking for things to put in our pumpkin festival basket. And to do that, I need to know what we want for it. So I need to look around about some mad science experiments that it will be easy to get ingredients for and do at home. And then I'm going to make pork carnitas tacos, finally, for my HelloFresh meals. Yeah, it is time. So that is what we're having for dinner tonight. And that's all my big plans for today. I should have some things from Amazon waiting for me when I get home. So I'm looking forward to that. Should have some inflatable monsters and a Franny K. Stein number 8. And I just ordered number 7. So it should be here probably tomorrow or Thursday. Because I did not have that one actually. My box set only came with 6. There wasn't room for another book in there, so I got the box set of 6 apparently when I ordered it. I didn't think I'd ever seen that book before, so we'll have the Franded It, which is number 7, and then the other one is like Bad Hair Day, something like that, number 8. And that will be all of the Franny K. Steins that there are so far. My kids are really looking forward to it. I sent my Scholastic order yesterday, so it should be here probably by Friday. It was a really good day today. The kids enjoyed the fire safety things. This afternoon, I got one student completely tested on F&P, Fonda Symphonelle reading testing, and I got another student almost completely tested. They need to read one more book for me, and then I have 3 left, and that's it. I'll be done. Yay. Then I need to send all my scores to our instructional coach so that she can put them in the scoring matrix thing, so we have everybody together. We read a book about being safe at Halloween, and then my students did a little flippy thingy that I showed you, tips on how to be safe at Halloween, and there were actually 6 in the book and they only needed to pick 4. And one of my students said, can I put my own tips in there? I said, well, sure, you can put any safety tips in there for Halloween, that'd be great. So we got the book read and we got the flippy book thingy, flappy thing, whatever you want to call it, lift the flaps thing that you put in your reading response notebook, cut and glued, and then part of it written. Not everybody got everything written. I said that is okay because we didn't get started right away and we had to stop for our reading intervention time, so that's all right. I said we can finish it tomorrow, it's okay. And we did not get to do any of our breakout for I Need My Monster today because the fire safety thing lasted a little longer than expected, which is fine. They learned a lot of great things and they're really, really good listeners, so I was really happy. So we'll just do it tomorrow, it's fine. Because when the firemen come visit to show us their gear, they don't take very long. It's like 10, 15 minutes at tops. So it will not be like 45 minutes like today was. So it'll balance out. All right, I'm going to go do all the things. And I will talk with you tomorrow.